welcome back to my channel. As many of you know, I'm a woman in long-term recovery. I'm also a CARC, a CRPA, a rape crisis counselor, and a Narcan trainer. If you look at my description box down below, you will find a link for a video that describes all of what I just said. And you will also find a link to Smacked, a documentary that I have been involved with, and all my social media, TikTok, Patreon, merchandise, Facebook, every other thing possibly under the sun that I have. And you will also find the link to my Amazon wish list for my go bags. That is super important to me because it is what I use to help people in my local, community who are just struggling home from incarceration, mental institutions, rehabs, or just, having a hard time, like as we all are these days. I also have a Amazon wish list for harm reduction items. If you are interested in that, please give me a email or message on IG and I will make it happen so you can get access to that. Right now, my harm reduction wish list is in need of some items. Always glass pieces and everything else that's always on there. It's a very small list, but it's always needed. Now, a bunch of things that are going on that I wanted to share with you guys. So first off, I know I promised you 2 plants, but unfortunately that's not going to happen today because I have so many things going on and I'm literally popping on here really quick to get this out here for you guys so you have a video for Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and then I'm running back out the door to another meeting. Lots of things are happening and I'm super excited and happy that they're happening, but I'm also like a crazy baby. So I'm going to give you guys, this is one of my favorite little plants, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. I'm going to try to get this to focus. So this is called String of Turtles. Look how cute these babies are. So, okay, as you can see, they are just a vine that sits on the surface of the dirt. But look how cute. Do you see how, their back, I'm trying to make this focus. So you see how it, looks like little turtles? How cute. And hold on. So look at this. This one just started to grow on the end of this vine. I hope it focuses for you guys. Look how stinking cute they are. It's not focusing. They're so cute and they're so little and I love them so much. This is one of my absolute favorites, but it's also very, very delicate. So I try not to mess with it too much. So this is a string of turtles and it is a sort of like a succulent where you don't need to really water it that much. Just when you see its leaves kind of getting a little thin, it's in the same family, I would believe, as the string of hearts, and I just love it dearly. So there is that. Now, let's see, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? I think as far as updates, that's really it. Jared gets off parole tomorrow. Well, when you guys watch this, it will be tomorrow night at midnight. He gets off parole. So definitely, if you are in a different time zone than us, stay tuned for a midnight live while we're in the car going to North Carolina, because I figured that would be something fun to do with you guys. That's really about it. Today's video, what I'm going to talk to you guys about, I figured I would share with you the first night, the first real night in prison, and explain to you what it's all about, because it's definitely a crazy experience. So for me, the first night, because after, unfortunately, I've been there several times, but it is what it is. The first time that you're there, it's fucking scary, bro. The first night, because you're in a place, it's very intimidating. You don't know who you're there with and why they're there, which I think adds a degree of scariness to it, because you hear all these stories and you think, oh my God, who am I here with, right? So I know for me, my first time, the two scariest nights in prison were my first night there, and then my first night in general population. So when you first come in intake day, you don't go right into general population. You stay in what in New York State prisons they call RCOD, in Bedford Hills Correctional Facility, because everybody goes there because that's the maximum facility place where everyone gets classified, and that's where everyone goes. So in our COD is literally, intake is in the basement, where you sleep is upstairs on the top floor. You go everywhere with an officer, so you're protected at all times, even like to the chow hall. When you go outside for rec, you are in a fenced-in area that is segregated from general population. Just all of it, like you're just completely protected, right? So your first night, it's very uneasy, especially like if you're not in a single cube and you have a bunkie, and your bunkie either snores or you guys are completely totally different people, which happens a lot. And it's just, it's very scary. It's definitely a scary time, but it's not as scary as your first night in general population, I think. So you go and you're surrounded by the same people all day, and you kind of get forced to get to know one another. And you have a specific time that you are allowed to shower. And then, come like 8 o'clock showers are off, or 9 o'clock showers are off. And then you have to clean up. And then you go into your assigned cubes and you dress down and you go to bed. And you do your one last count. And then after that, it's lights out in the entire place. And you don't really sleep your first night because people talk and they whisper, and if you have an overnight officer that falls asleep or just doesn't give a fuck, girls will run around and do crazy shit and try and smoke in the bathroom. And in RCOD, it's very different. It's like a big room, and the bathroom is off a doorway, but it's right in the unit. So it's just very disturbing. And you all get up at 5 a.m. because you have to eat breakfast first for the entire facility, because you have to eat in a specific spot surrounded by officers because you're being protected. So it's very, very intimidating, very overwhelming, and just shit your first night. Then about a week into it, after you've been classified and whatnot, and you're not deemed a security risk and all that other stuff, you get moved to the back buildings. So they're just big buildings with 2 dorms on either side. And the dorms are rather large. They could probably hold up to 120 women each side. One side is for newbies, and the other side is for parole violators, women that have already been to the facility and that are going to be doing their time there because they have a very small amount of time, less than 6 months usually. So on the newbie side, it's really a shit show because, everyone's new to prison. They don't know the rules yet, and it's just, it's a disaster. Like for me, I went back on a new number, so I was considered a new inmate, even though I had been to prison before. And the girls they don't know how to jail. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They don't know how to keep their mouth shut with certain officers. You're constantly being put on silent time. You have to line up to go to chow. The first couple of nights, whenever a new group comes back, is a shit show, because once lights are out, the dorm is supposed to be silent. That's it. You can read with a nightlight if you have one, or you can listen to your headphones or whatever the case may be. There is no talking. And usually when a new group comes, that is not how it goes down. There's usually whispering and giggling and sneaking around and chit chat and all this other stuff. And it usually leads to a very, very long, tumultuous next day. Usually things are taken away and we are, locked to our bunks, and the only time we can go out is on movement, and it is absolutely the worst. On a scale of 10 out of 10, I give jail and prison a 0, and I do not recommend. So guys, don't get arrested. Don't don't go to the place. If you need a vacation, sit down. Don't go that way. I do not recommend it. The next time I see you guys, my hubby will be a free man, and I say we because it is us, we will be off parole. So remember, guys, we recover loudly, so those behind us do not suffer in silence. I cannot wait to see you for our pop-up live when we are free people. Bye, guys.